I really dig that music. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Wow, looks like we got everybody popping off in here tonight. I'm just gonna pop through the chat real quick. Say hi to everybody. Seems like we got a few in here. Hey, Mom. Yes, yes. Thanks, Joel. Yes, we made it to 600. So this will be a semi 600 celebration, and we'll get a little further into the stream, and I'm gonna let you guys know how we're gonna celebrate that 600. Hey, Tony, how's it going? I hope you're having a great week, my friend. Some highs. Holland, you're here, so it's an official stream. Hope you're having a good day, sir. All right, thanks. Excited to see what you have acquired. What is your movie with boxing? And that it doesn't have to be about boxing. Oh, like a movie with boxing in it? I like Play It to the Bone. But hi, Stacy. Hope you're doing well tonight. Thanks for the kind words. If starting a farm, what two villains would you hire to lord over everyone? Mr. Freeze and the Riddler, but only as done by Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jim Carrey, because it'd be two wide ends of the spectrum. It'd be a lot of fun. Hey, Corey, how's it going? I hope you're doing well this evening. Hey, Brett, how's it going? I think I got some cool things in here that you'll enjoy seeing as well. Hope you're doing well tonight. Got the super sticker. Thank you, Mom. Some more highs. We got Prince. How's it going, Prince? I hope you're doing well this evening. I seen you over on someone else's chat this evening. I jump around between so many of them. I forget who we were watching earlier, but you were in there. It was nice seeing you. When you go live, do you schedule an event first? How do you do that? I was looking at earlier for my channel and don't understand. I usually set up. Oh, hang on a sec. Let me fix that because I didn't realize we're not doing that anymore. We're doing this. Thanks for being here this evening. I usually set it up on StreamYard and then I schedule it. When you set up on StreamYard, you can schedule it to your YouTube channel. You set your YouTube channel as your destination, and then you set the time and the date that you want to go live, and it kind of sets it all up for you. And then you just make sure that you come back to your StreamYard page. Smirk, how's it going? I'm glad I'm at a good I'm going live at a good time this evening, so that way you get to hang out. Hope you're doing well. All right, cool. So we will put a pin right there. We got some highs back and forth. All right. So I'm going to start off with another I'm going to start off with a boutique, right? So what I'm showing off tonight, guys, is I'm going to show off this box. Check out this box. This is, I got this big old box from my buddy Tim over at Tim's Talks Talkies, and he put enough bubble mailer in it to kind of fill around the corners a bit, but besides that, it was just stuffed full of movies. There were a total of 24 movies in the box, but not all of them I'm showing off tonight because not all of them are for me and they are no longer with me. So we'll show off what I got for myself, and if Tim sees this, he'll kind of figure out what I bought that wasn't necessarily bought for myself. And if he doesn't, it doesn't really matter. We got a good deal. I think I paid him way better than that store would have paid him, and I got a way better deal than I would have got going to eBay for some of the things that I received from him. I have not, well, I have played the original Until Dawn, but I have not played the PS5 remake of Until Dawn. I am excited about possibly going and seeing the movie. The idea is that Until Dawn will be in the theater when I go meet up with some other Blue Tubers. So we're thinking about going to the theater together as a group and going and seeing Until Dawn. Vengul. Oh, well, hi, Vengul. I pulled up the wrong one, but there we go. Hey, Vengul, how's it going, man? I hope you're doing well tonight. And yes, you did, Mom. You got 2 of them out of the hole. Let's see. When you watch a movie, do you like to see how many actors and actresses' names in the opening credits you know or recognize or have seen in other movies? From time to time. There are times that I put in a movie and I go to watch it and a name pops up and I'm like, wait, that name looks familiar. And then I'll go look the actress up or the actor up and I realize that they're like related to another actor I know, or I did see them in another bit part in something else. So I I don't necessarily keep my eye out for it, but I have noticed myself catching names in opening credits a lot more often nowadays. Hey man, thanks for the super sticker, I believe, or super chat. I'm not sure what that is. It doesn't really show me. It just shows that, but I'll show it out. For the blue boy, we'll call it a blue boy. Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, all right. So I got this deal from Tim. Now check this out. I didn't ever have an umbrella title until I met up with Tony a couple weeks ago, and I got 2 from him. So now I'm kind of hooked on umbrella titles. And I got this not only because it was an umbrella title, but because it's based on a Stephen King film. Uh, and it's apparently based on a good one, and it's a good cut of the film. I've not ever seen this one, but it does have Corey Haim in it, and Gary Busey, and Everett McGill, and that's going to be Silver Bullet, Stephen King's Silver Bullet. Now, this says it's Region B, but I straight up put it in my Region A 4K player, and it worked just fine. I had no problems with it whatsoever. Oh, there we go. That makes it a little easier to see. I had no problem with it whatsoever. So it's region free. I'm finding that most umbrellas probably are region free. So yes, I've heard really good things about it, Tony. My mom said it's one of her favorites as well. I think she has the DVD, the ones that were like the Stephen King themed DVDs, like they was all like Graveyard Shift and Silver Bullet and stuff. It was all part of a DVD line. So like I said, I'm pretty excited to add this one to the umbrella and just have it because I like Stephen King anyways, you know. Stacy always has the good questions. Do you like Marked for Death 2? Perhaps we can all discuss, since Jane Doe likes that one as I do, one of my favorites. To be honest, I'm not sure if I've seen that one. I've not really watched a lot of Steven Seagal. I mean, I have, like, it was on the TV growing up, but it's not like I really paid attention to a lot of his movies. I like more of the newer stuff that he did with, like, DMX, like Cradle to the Grave and Exit Wounds and those types of movies. And I know those aren't his good movies, but those are just the ones that I like. Yeah, I knew you'd be a little bit jealous. I had to get it though. I had to. Like, I just had to. Yeah, I'll have to watch it soon. I'll let you know what I think of it, Corey. I have a feeling I'm gonna really dig it. Yeah, the early set of the DVDs. A good Gary Busey movie. I need to watch it. I actually heard, dude. I actually heard that Gary Busey was really good in this. That, like, he was actually just really good in this. So, yeah, I'd give it a go. I'm going to give it a go, but I'll let you know what I think about it. Hey, Hunter, how's it going, man? Thanks for popping in. I hope you're doing well this evening. If you had stomach illness, needed a doctor, Patch Adams, Doctor Giggles, or Doc Brown, more money. Um, Either Patch Adams, because I like Robin Williams, and I feel like Patch Adams was basically what Robin Williams would just be if he was a doctor, and I feel like it would bring my spirits up. And or Doc Brown, because I feel like he would just be zany and I have a lot of fun. Some Hines. Go surfing with Swayze in Point Break, or play football with Jamie Foxx on any given Sunday. Mm, I'm pretty sure I've seen Point Break, but I don't really remember it. And I've never seen Any Given Sunday. I just received that film, so I can't answer that one for you, honestly. Yes, Joel. He's the dude. Dark Movie Reviews. Dark Room Reviews. Yes. Go check out his YouTube channel. Yes. Yes, we lose an hour tonight, and I'm already tired. So I'm going to be starting my day at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow, y'all. Not that late, but it does stink. All right. So I'm going to show off the next boutique label. I only got 2 in this label, but I'm very lacking in my Scream Factory, so pretty much anything and everything I'm pretty happy with. And you're gonna notice that Tim sold me some really good movies. And that's because Tim's gotten to the point where he doesn't want to have the same movie on different labels. He doesn't really care all that much. He just wants the best version of said movie. And this got a 4K if you bought the big Columbia Pictures box set. Well, I didn't. So I'm fine with getting this Blu-ray of it, but that's going to be John Carpenter's Starman. I am a huge fan of John Carpenter, and I've never seen this one. And I really enjoy Jeff Bridges as well. So I'm very excited to add this one to the collection. You know, and it's a Scream Factory Blu-ray, so it'll probably get a Scream Factory 4K at some point, or Sony may even release it themselves outside of the Columbia box set. They've been doing that, where they've been releasing them by themselves in like a Steelbook 4K edition or something. And I could really see Starman getting a really nice Steelbook, like a 4K Steelbook, because this movie always has good artwork. That's the one thing about this movie that's always drew me to it when I see it on movie shelves is the artwork. It's always drew me to it at like store shelves or like the movie theaters, or not movie theaters, but like back in the day at like movie stores, movie rental stores and stuff. So yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard it's really good. Trying to stream this week. Oh, nice, nice. That sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. Yellow it means go really fast, right? Right? You gotta push through it. Go faster. It's really fun doing the movie haiku for RoboCop and a fun way to. Nice, nice. Yo, Jordan, how's it going, dude? Everybody, please make sure you go check out Jordan's channel. He's doing some really fun things over there. He just entered the world of region free as well. So me and him are both still pretty new into that. I got mine for Christmas. So I'm still a few months and still kind of being a little slow on collecting for region B. But I already had a few in the collection as was. So, but he's got some good stuff going on over there. So the next and last Screen Factory that I got was one of my favorites, and I'm glad that I got the upgrade for it. But I'm still going to keep my Blu-ray because this one did not come with a Blu-ray, and I didn't know that. I didn't know that Screen Factory did collector's editions without Blu-rays, but I suppose they do. But I got 2013's the Evil Dead. I really, really, really enjoy this one. I don't have Evil Dead 1 and 2 on 4K, but I do have Evil Dead Rise and Army of Darkness. So getting this one is great. And having the first two on Blu-ray, to me, honestly, is fine enough. If I ever come across the 4K double pack, like my son has, I wouldn't mind getting that because, you know, 2 movies, 1 shelf space, worth it. But I am definitely certain that this will look great on 4K. I have been noticing some really good upticks in the 4K quality lately with some horror movies. And this is still a newer one. I think this was a 2023 4K release. Like I think it came out for the 10-year anniversary. I'm not seeing the date on it, but I believe it was like 2023, but it just got a new 4K steelbook recently. Like I said, I would definitely advise anybody to check this movie out just in general if you haven't. Like Corey, he's not seen it. You've heard good things. Yeah, dude, definitely check it out. It's a lot of fun. Like they put all the special features and everything on here too, but it's not like the 4K disc was or the Blu-ray disc was pulled out of it. They literally just did not put the Blu-ray disc in it. And I've never seen a Screen Factory collector's edition not come with a Blu-ray or a 4K mastered Blu-ray, you know? So kind of blew my mind because I was going to like pass my Blu-ray on down. But I'm going to keep the Blu-ray now because I like this movie enough that from time to time, I like to watch it in the bedroom. Just in general anyways, I actually have been known to watch this one going to bed. And I don't have 4K back in the bedroom yet. So keeping my Blu-ray. Excited to check out the 4K. I have watched a handful of these movies I've got from Tim already, but not all of them because as we get deeper into the pile and you see how many I've got, it's basically impossible for me to have watched all of these so far. I just got the package on Tuesday, I think, or maybe on Monday, but I've watched a handful of them already. Yeah, it'll probably come to 4K soon. Probably Scream Factory in the US, I would imagine. Well, you say it's gonna get expensive real quick, but the whole reason they tried to sell me on a Blu-ray player, like a region-free Blu-ray player in orbit, was because it opens your world up to a vast, variety of different labels to collect for and access to different ways to get your same movies that we may not have access to in the US, right? They also said that it was cheaper. in the long run, you would save your money hand over fist because of some of the Blu-rays we don't have here to get them, or some of the ones that are out of print now, you can get them overseas, play them in your region-free player, and you're starting to save money hand over fist. So that's a good way to say that it's not going to be more expensive in the long run. Just trying to figure out an easier way to bite the bullet, you know. Yes, Evil Dead Rise. Dude, I loved Evil Dead Rise. And I guess in 2026, we're going to get Evil Dead Burn. Bring it on. Give me more Evil Dead. That's a franchise that to me is 4 for 4. Wait, 5 for 5 so far. 5 for 5. Shoot. Exactly. Exactly, Hunter. Evil Dead Remake is a great example of how you make a remake movie and it not be trash. It's so good. A re-release, maybe a 4K steelbook of the original Evil Dead. I feel like they announced that they were going to do a steelbook, but I might be wrong. I thought there was a steelbook coming our way of the original Evil Dead at some point. The original Evil Dead gets rotated so quickly for rights that it's like when they bring out a new release of it, if you want the original Evil Dead, you better go ahead and jump on it because it always seems to sell out and go out of print, whether it's Blu-ray, 4K, digital copies. Like it goes off of digital storefronts all the time and not be able to be bought for months at a time. I don't know what it is with the original Evil Dead, but it just is like that for some reason. I figured you were watching The Gorge, Mom, because we got on so that way we could stream it. And it said that you were like an hour and 25 minutes into it. And I said, well, I guess we can't watch it because I think Mom's watching it. But it's okay. He added something else on there for me too. So. Oh, sweet. Thanks. Twitter. I always forget to share my stuff on Twitter. I'm on Twitter. I have a few hundred people over there. I always forget to share it. I'm thinking about possibly paying for one of these streaming services to, one, get rid of the duck, and two, I want to multi-stream to Twitch at the same time because I do have a small following on Twitch. And then I also want to stream with my buddies and have them on, but let them be able to stream to their channel. So they're not locked to just my channel, multi-channel streaming. That's what I want to try to get to this year and hopefully soon. Sorry, I got to try to wet the whistle a little bit. It's been a long day. I woke up real early this morning and we went all the way through the day. We had a whole bunch of stuff we had to do. We had to go a couple hours out of town to upgrade cell phones and stuff today. So it's just been a really long, tiresome day for me. Yeah, definitely give it a try, Corey. Definitely. My favorite erotic thriller. I'm not really sure. Maybe Smooth Talk. I think Smooth Talk is considered an erotic thriller. Or I'm trying to think about that one that I watched last year with Kurt Russell. Unlawful Entry. Both those are really good. I like those. Ooh, Sing Sing. I seen that you picked that up on your way to get Paramount stuff from Barnes and Noble. I'm assuming you didn't get the Paramount stuff and you went with Sing Sing instead, from the way that you made your post on Instagram. But I've heard really good things about Sing Sing. I was out of town and still couldn't hit a Barnes and Noble up. I never get a chance to get by a Barnes and Noble. I really hope that I can do that soon. Yeah, okay. See, I was pretty sure that Shout did release the 4K in the US. Well, I like to get a 4K with no. And that's because when I'm collecting early on for a format, I don't like multi-packs. I have only a couple multi-pack DVDs. And most of them are because all of the DVDs in the multi-pack don't have Blu-rays, so they sit on my only on DVD shelf anyways. And then on Blu-ray, I didn't even start double packs or multi-packs on Blu-ray until about a year ago, after I got a new app. And all my local Dollar Generals were doing 50% off their Blu-rays, and I was getting multi-packs with like 4 movies in them for like $3 and $4. I don't want multi-packs for my 4Ks unless they're like, if they did all the Lethal Weapon 4, like all 4 Lethal Weapons in one 4K pack, I'll do it. Or something like this. Hang on, I'll show you. Perfect example. These are the only type of multi-packs that I want on 4K. Something like this, where it's one case and it has all 4 of the movies in it. And this isn't even still the best, because in this, they double stack the discs. So that kind of stinks. But I'm thinking about possibly trying to see if I can get me a 4-disc case to move these over to. But this was a Canadian like 4K import, and I was straight up fine with that, just to get all 4 Men in Blacks. I kind of just get part 4 for free. I had never seen part 4 till this set, but I actually liked part 4. But that's the only multi-packs that I want when it comes to 4Ks. I really like something different than I was thinking it would be, but glad nice. I'm gonna have to check it out. I usually like the same movies you like most of the time. Right? All the technical stuff. Yeah, Unlawful Entry is so good, right? Larry, dude, thanks for popping in. This might be the first time I've seen you in one of my live streams. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm really bad for remembering sometimes, but either way, welcome in this evening. All right, guys. So that's my umbrella and screen factories that I got from Tim. Next, I want to show off the studio, and then we'll show off the Disney. So the studio releases. This is going to be one that Corey's not going to be very excited about, but I'm pretty excited because I watched it late one night on my buddy's Plex server, and I really wanted to add it to the collection. I think this might have gotten like a nice steelbook or something, and that's what Tim upgraded to, because this is still a pretty new release. But I got long legs, y'all. And I know Corey doesn't like this one. But I got long legs, 4K Blu-ray. Very excited to have this one. I liked it. It sort of reminded me of Silence of the Lambs in a way. I definitely want to watch through it again with phone sitting down and not necessarily on my phone nearly as much. And I think this might be my first neon 4K, because this is neon. Kind of hard to tell, but this is a neon film. You can see right there. But, like I said, I quite enjoyed this one. And Bree did not watch this with me, so now she can watch it with me. Oh, that's crazy. It actually says the best serial killer horror film since The Silence of the Lambs. So not necessarily a horror film. I don't really consider Silence of the Lambs necessarily a horror film either. More of like a psychological thriller. That's probably where this fits in too. So every movie, yeah, it's true. It is true, but I'm not gonna hang on this too long, because Corey's in here watching and giving me his time. I don't want to waste his time with long legs. Should there be a new Max Payne movie? Who should play him? Honestly, I liked the other Max Payne movie with Mark Wahlberg. I actually dig that movie. But if we're going to do a new Max Payne, man, I'm so bad with new young actors. And I actually think we could let Mark Wahlberg do it again, and he could come back as old school, like old man Max Payne from Max Payne 3. Let's keep it simple. Lambs is more, yeah. See, I think it's more of a thriller in as well. So, yeah. I always say if I don't like a movie, I'll give it a try at least one more time. This year for the 52-week movie challenge that I'm doing, one of the weeks is to give a movie a chance again that you didn't like the first time. And honestly, the only movie I can really say that I don't like that I tried to give a chance more than once already was Slumdog Millionaire. So I think that's the movie I'm trying again this year, but I don't own it. So I'm hoping that it's streaming when I go to watch it because I don't really want to buy it. But I have to live by my words of sometimes you got to give a movie a second try. And it's been many years since I tried to give my least favorite movie a second try. Like I tried to give it, like I watched Slumdog Millionaire. I rented it from the rental store back in like 2008 or 9 or whenever it was like a new release DVD. I rented it, didn't like it. I went back a couple months later, rented it again, still didn't like it, and I haven't tried it since. So it's been many years. Pick a movie character to get a life-size sculpture of the head made out of, and put your phone inside the head to hold it while you watch the movie. Probably Darth Maul. I love Darth Maul. Let's make a Darth Maul bust and like his little horns. You can sit the phone right in the horns. All right, y'all. So, yeah. Oh yeah, Huck's a good friend of the channels. We quite enjoy his company. I like to spend my Tuesday mornings over there. It never could grab me. It could just never grab me. I tried it a couple times when it first came out. Everybody was so raving about it, and I'm like, I thought about this back in like 2008, 2009, right when I watched this movie. When I watched that movie, and I thought maybe I don't like good movies. Maybe I like crap-tastic films. But maybe I don't because this next movie I got from Tim is a banger. Now check this out. Everybody just upgraded their film. I just got for a really good price, and it's only because he upgraded too and no longer wanted to have the studio release. I got the 4K of Inglourious Bastards. We got the 4K and the Blu-ray. And if you listen to my buddy Brian over at the Last Movie Standing, it's the same. It's virtually the same. I mean, Arrow probably has a little bit of an uptick, yes. The Arrow big box would look good on my shelf, yes. But this is still an upgrade from my Blu-ray. I'm getting my Quentin movies into 4K one way or another. So if you guys want to keep upgrading your upgrading to Quentin steelbooks, I'll buy your Amrays. Sell me your Amrays. I'm looking to upgrade my Once Upon a Time in Hollywood next. But hey, I'm super excited. I even like the artwork on these. This was a whole new artwork on this Blu-ray than what was on my Blu-ray in my standard. So, like I said, I'm pretty excited to have Inglourious Basterds on 4K, guys. Even if it is the studio, I know it's not the fancy dancy Arrow, but Tim hooked me up. Dawned on me yesterday as I was walking in the meadow that George Jetson should be Matthew McConaughey. Hey, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. I love when new 4Ks come out and all those rare Blu-ray out-of-print copies come to eBay cheap, right? I mean, I learned that my Dogma is no longer wanted at all. Nobody wants Dogma on Blu-ray. Everybody is willing to just wait for Dogma on 4K. I'm not going to get rid of my Blu-ray because more than likely the 4K will be like Arrow and won't come with a Blu-ray disc. And if I wanted to get the Blu-ray format, I'd have to buy the Arrow edition twice. So I'm going to keep my Dogma Blu-ray. But yeah, I totally get you because that's definitely what happens. Yeah, like I said, I got a few of them. I got a few of them here from him tonight. Now my next studio movies, I'm going to say something that's a little embarrassing because I'm a fan of these films. I have never owned them. I own the worst one in the series. There are 5 of them now. And I own the worst one of them all. And it's the only one that I own. And I've not even watched it. And it may be perfectly fine. So I say it's the worst one of them all, but I've not seen it. So it may be perfectly fine. But the only one that I own is the one with all the females. I finally own Ghostbusters 1 and 2. Pretty sure Tim owns the big super bust edition that comes with the ray gun and all that. And his Ghostbusters films have Dolby Vision. And I know they did a steelbook with part 1 and 2 in them. I believe they have Dolby Vision. These don't have Dolby Vision. I am totally a mark for Dolby Vision. I am. You guys know, if you listen to me talk about my movies enough, that I love having Dolby Vision. But I love having access to a movie above and beyond anything. And for some freaking reason, I never had these films in my collection. I never had Ghostbusters 1 and 2. Tim filled a major void in my physical media collection. I didn't have DVD, VHS, nothing of Ghostbusters 1 and 2. So, but like I said, I'm pretty excited to have the Ghostbusters 1 and 2. I know that that's kind of like old news to some people, but pretty tight. Deliver a quick yet powerful jab to the like button. Yes. Thanks, everybody. Please hit that like button. It gets it out there a little bit. What is your caretaker? The Empire Strikes Back. There we go. All right. So that's all the studios. Well, the next 2 I'm going to show off are studios as well. But I consider them kind of closer to boutique because they're Disney. I consider Disney to be sort of boutique-ish, especially in the ways that they act in 2025, where they want to charge, $65 for steelbooks. They're trying to be boutique, right? So this one here, just a month or so ago, I found a DVD at a thrift shop for like $1, and I never even got around to opening up the DVD to see if I wanted to upgrade it. But the deal I got from Tim just was too good to not do the upgrade, because this has a Blu-ray and a 4K in it, and it's a Target exclusive. I've never had Targets around me, so I never have access to Target exclusives. I have a couple Disney 4K Target exclusives back on my shelf already, like Frozen 2 and Wreck-It Ralph, or Ralph Breaks the Internet, I think. So this one will go right along nicely with it, and that is the Target exclusive for Soul. And this is awesome because, like, check it out. It opens up, like, and it gives you this full artwork. And when you open it up like that, now I've never seen Soul. I think my wife and kids have seen it on Disney Plus, and they really enjoyed it. And then we got some, it's got like this gallery book in it, right? So that was really nice. It's got a full nice gallery book. That was like the exclusive for the Target. But you know, it's in a really nice like slipcover. That's also like a slide book, I guess. I guess that's what you call them. But this was like I said, this was the Target exclusive. Very nice. Um, Inside there is just a standard edition of Soul. I said I'm very happy to have Soul because I've heard very, very good things about it. Soul. Now, the other Disney we got, and this is the first of a small handful of sealed movies. There were even some that were sealed. So when I actually decided to buy these movies from Tim, all I seen was what you guys seen on his YouTube video, which were stacks of spines. So I just kind of seen spines and I kind of chose what I wanted to buy from him based on like spines. So you can't really tell in pictures a lot of times what is sealed and what isn't sealed. So there are some sealed things here that I didn't know were sealed, starting with this one. I've always really enjoyed this Disney movie. We never bought it, mainly just because we had Disney Plus, so we always had access to the movie. But I took my family to see this movie in a really big IMAX theater. It was called a 4DX theater in Nashville, Tennessee. We just happened to be traveling, and when we were driving through Nashville, and they had a 4DX theater, and they had the seats that like shook, and they would spray out these smells and spray like water and mist on you. So this was like a super interactive movie, and I never could bring myself to buy it because my Walmart only ever got the Blu-ray. And to be honest, I was going to be a little bit picky on this one because we had access to it on Disney Plus, and I thought that the 4K would be the only thing that would get close enough to getting to that 4DX cinema experience. And that's for Jungle Cruise. This movie looked amazing in the 4DX theater. It had these really cool sound effects, and like I said, they like sprayed mist on you because they were on a boat and stuff in this. They would like spray mist up on you, and you could smell certain parts of the jungle. But like I said, I really just didn't think that anything but a 4K would do this any justice. And this actually does have a Dolby Atmos track, and I've really, really been enjoying Dolby Atmos on my newer surround sound system. I say newer. I've had it. I didn't get it this past Christmas. I got it the Christmas before last. So I've had my Dolby Atmos surround system for about a year, but I've really just now been like pulling out my movies and being like, oh, this has a Dolby Atmos track. Let's crank it up a little louder. Watch it when people aren't home. Close the door when people are doing other things in the house. Really crank it up and enjoy the Atmos track. And I've really been noticing what Dolby Atmos is for. So I'm very excited to check this one out because I like I said, I really enjoyed this movie, but I just wanted to wait till I could find a 4K. And this is another one of those Target exclusive 4Ks. And like I said, it's sealed, so I can't check it, but it's definitely the 4K. Very cool. So those are the two Disneys that we got. Like I said, pretty excited about those. You guys know I like my Disneys. All right. So the next boutique. Oh, hang on just a second. Oh, I'm sorry. I got some highs to say. Hi, Sarah. I wasn't ignoring you. Just had to get in here to the chat. Hope you're doing well this evening. Everyone, please make sure you go check out her live stream she just did. I was too busy doing my live stream. Sorry, Sarah. All right, so this next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so this next boutique label was really the main reason why I wanted to reach out to Tim beyond what I'm going to show you guys last. So these next few things are the main reasons why I really reached out. Obviously, I do love getting my Disney stuff, but I've become a fan of Criterion, a heavy fan of Criterion. So I got quite a bit of Criterion films from Tim. And we're just going to start popping them off by spine number because I don't really know of another way to show them off. And to be honest, going back and thinking about it, I kind of want to buy more of his Criterions if he still has them, because I don't really care if they have 4Ks on other labels. I get it. I'll get it on Criterion on Blu-ray and be fine with it. Like, I think Criterion's going to be the label for me. I think that's going to be my boutique label. So I'm very excited. I'm going to pull out the ones that have the spines, but just for a little sneak peek, that's kind of what we got going on so far, guys. Like I said, there's like 11 of them here. I'm pretty excited. Okay, so we're going to start here with spine number 541. We got The Night of the Hunter. Now, I'm not going to lie. A lot of my Criterions were blind buys. Criterion is probably one of the few labels that I'll blind buy for. I would maybe blind buy for Scream Factory because I'm a big horror fan and I like B-rated horror movies, and the horror movies they got are usually pretty solid. Now, I had never seen this one, but I remember it got a Kino, I believe last year, a Kino 4K, which I would assume is exactly why Tim gave up this. I watched this a couple nights ago. Holy crap. What a good movie. I know why everybody was going head over heels for it on the Kino Lorber 4K. I'm not gonna, like, I love it. Like, I really do love this film. It was really that good. I'm not gonna just run and grab the Kino 4K. I am straight up fine with the Criterion Blu-ray. I will watch it again. I quite enjoyed this. It was a really good one. Yes, Corey, it was. Night of the Hunter is great. It's another one of another. It's 1955 is the year that this one come out. I don't have a lot of older films. I think I'm gonna. I feel like Criterion's gonna be my easiest gateway into older films that I'll like, because so far Criterion doesn't deal with crap. Excuse me a moment. Criterion deals with quality, you know? Yeah, and if you aren't a big fan of Night of the Hunter, I don't know how you don't like good movies. This freaking movie was awesome. I mean, it's kind of like, I don't want to ruin anything, but it's a horror movie in a way. You should definitely watch it. It's like a psychological thriller horror movie. Pretty, like I said, pretty excited about it. Tiana, hey, how's it going? Oh no, pretty excited to own it. Like I said, it has a second disc in here, which I believe is like a whole documentary about the film, and I am totally gonna watch that because I really enjoyed this movie. Um, the "I love you, I hate you" thing. That's so yeah. Like I said, I definitely chose a lot of my criterions based on if I heard people talking about them or even the color of the spine. This kind of popped out to me. It's got like this little brownish on the white. Nice spine. I know I'm not the only one that cares about criterion spines, but goodness, that's what we look at 90% of the time, right? Got some highs in here. I see everybody saying hi to Tiana. Yes, we say hi to our girl Tiana up in here. Just going back and forth a little bit. They drive by night. Okay, yeah, I'll have to look for that one. So the next one, because like I said, guys, we got a little bit of a stack here, so we'll get going through them a little quicker. This one I looked up. I had heard people talking about it. I wasn't sure what it was. And I looked it up, and when I seen that it had James Stewart in it, I assumed I should probably just go ahead and get it added to my collection because I haven't really seen a lot of James Stewart movies. I don't have a whole lot of them in the collection, but I figure I should be checking out more of his stuff. But that's going to be spine number 600, Anatomy of a Murder. I really dug the cover art here on this. The spine was cool. Like it sticks out a little bit, a little traditional black and white. But I was like, "Ooh, Anatomy of a Murder." And then when I looked it up and I seen that James Stewart was in it, or as our good friend Mega Mike says, his name is Jimmy Stewart. I knew I had to grab it, and I just really dig the cover art on this. It's probably got a lot of other good actors in it, but I just don't recognize any of them. Arthur O'Connell, Eve Arden. I said I just seen James Stewart, and I know that like Mega Mike's a big fan of James Stewart, and most people are big fans of James Stewart. I don't know what I'm talking about if I say that just Mega Mike is, but Mega Mike is like I'm calling him Jimmy. So he really enjoys his work, I guess. Yeah, I definitely got to see it too. This one I haven't watched yet, but I was like I said, I was excited to add it to the Criterion collection or to my Criterion collection. I have quite a bit of Criterions now, especially after picking these up from Tim. So this next one, this one, I was excited to add this one to the collection because well, I just got Panic Room with David Fincher, and I've always liked Panic Room. Didn't really care about David Fincher, director, any of this, any of that. I've always liked films for films, right? So when I started realizing that, like, I started liking certain directors' work and stuff, I was like, oh, that's cool. Well, then somebody said something about another one of his movies, and I'm like, oh, I have that on HD DVD. Well, my HD DVD is still sealed. I never did get around to opening it, and I seen this in the stack, and that's spine number 627. I looked it up to make sure it was the same film, and it is. So I went ahead and did a format upgrade in a way to go from an HD DVD to a Blu-ray. To me, that isn't a format upgrade because Blu-ray players are way easily more obtainable than an HD DVD player. But we have, like I said, we have spine number 627, David Fincher's The Game. Now, this has got Michael Douglas in it and Sean Penn. I love both them actors. I'm very excited to check this one out. I just watched Panic Room the other night on 4K, the new Panic Room. And like I said, I'm still a fan of that. And I'm pretty sure I'm a fan of Dave Fincher. So I'm kind of excited to check this one out. You guys let me know if you guys don't like the game, and maybe I shouldn't have wasted my time grabbing this one, but I'm pretty sure I like it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I like it. I like Michael Douglas. Like Michael Douglas is like he's like the shit, right? First time watch the game, it's a treat. Yeah, sweet. Now, should I wait and watch that one with my wife? Is that one that I should watch with someone? Right? Right? Michael Douglas is also one of my other favorite movies from the 90s, right? Michael Douglas, is that? Yeah. Um, Falling Down, right? That's him. I love that movie. Really like the game. That is for sure a really fun one first watch through. Nice. See, I say I was pretty excited to grab that one and throw it into the collection. Now this next one, I kind of got it by accident. Like I said, a lot of these are blind buys, and I got them based on hearing other people talk about them and stuff like that. Michael Douglas, The Sentinel is underrated. I've not seen The Sentinel. I'll have to add that one to the list. Or I should just go to IMDb, Michael Douglas, and just look through all his movies, right? Yes, that would be the way. So this next one, I got it confused. I thought it was a movie from 2010 or 2009, and I thought it was a Paramount film. It's named the same thing, and that one's about Ghost 2, I think, but I had never seen it, and I have it on Blu-ray, but the Blu-ray I have is, I think, like that, I think it's Paramount, and I also think it's like a made-on-demand Blu-ray, like an MOD, so that's why I was like, well, I'll buy the Criterion because it'll be better. And then I'm looking through this box, and I'm like, this isn't what I thought it was, and it ended up being something way better. Like, it's not even in the case because it's still in my 4K player. I watched it last night, and I quite enjoyed it. And that's Spine number 677, The Uninvited, directed by Lewis Allen. This is from 1944. So you've got to realize how, like, oh, this isn't from 2009, 1944. Most definitely not the movie that I was thinking it was. But I was in for such a much more delectable treat watching this last night, y'all. This is considered the first ghost story that was taking ghosts seriously as like a scary movie, where ghosts weren't a joke and it wasn't a silly thing. Like, they had ghost movies before this, but it was always like, ha ha ha, there's a ghost, it's in a sheet, da 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 da. This is where they made ghosts like an evil, haunting entity and gave it a scare factor. And this was the movie that basically created what we know of as ghosts and horror today. So for me to find this and be like, oh God, I got myself a movie that's like during World War II. Should I even be watching this? And I was like, I'm going to put it in the 4K player. I'm going to pop it in. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to check it out. See what it's all about. Like I said, this was a great movie. It's about a brother and a sister that buy a house that they believe to be haunted from the previous owner's deceased sister. And I'll let you guys kind of figure out the rest from there. I'm not sure where it might be at to stream, maybe nowhere. But I will tell you right now, if you like black and white, you like older movies, you'll like this. Even if you don't like older movies, if you don't mind black and white films and you like a good story, this story still holds up. I mean, we're 80 years now? 1944. We're over 80 years. The story still holds up. It still keeps you interested. Fun movie. Fun movie. Like I said, I highly suggest it if you like a good ghost story. Put this on your Criterion watch list, like for the next sale. Look it up, see if it's streaming anywhere. Like I said, I was just quite surprised by this one. It was just a nice surprise. And it wasn't what I thought I was buying. So it's really nice when you buy something you're not sure you kind of buy when you kind of buy something by accident and then you fall into something that becomes one of your favorites. This is, like I said, this is one of my new favorites, and I highly suggest this to anyone that likes a classy ghost story. It was very intelligent as well. Like I said, it's still in my player. I watched it last night. I quite enjoyed it. It's got a 2K digital scan on it, so it looks really, really damn good. It's not gonna look. It can't look much better, anyways. But it's nice. Yeah, I highly suggest it. I think most people will like this. Right? Yeah, you can't go wrong with Michael Douglas. Oh, thanks, Prince. I'm always very happy to get invitations from Sony for their beta. Somehow, some way, ever since the PlayStation 3, they're like, here you go, test our stuff. And I test and I give feedback and they let me keep returning. So, pretty excited about that. It's fun to get a surprise from a movie that you like and end up enjoying it more than you thought you would. Exactly. Yeah. Like I said, that was a treat, Corey. And honestly, Corey, I think you would like this one, dude. I really do. Um, Definitely look it up in 1944. Definitely look it up, see if it's streaming anywhere, because I know you are not against streaming. Um, Streaming is not a taboo word here. Obviously, I love physical media. Not everyone can afford to have walls like this. I have multiple walls like this in my house and in my room. Some people don't have that many wall. Some people don't have one wall in their house to fit movies on and have to resort to the streaming. So I won't ever tell somebody, "Hey, don't go watch this movie on streaming. If you can find it, we'll go watch it." I I just think people should check this movie out. And Corey, I think you would like it. I do. It was a good time. I think you'll respect it for the art that it is. Awesome, awesome. Like I said, I think you will. I have not, Prince. I think that I wanted to maybe do a week here soon. So I'm really tiptoeing around doing a Hamilton book order. I want to do a Hamilton book order because there is a chunky box on there that's in my cart that our friend Corey knows about because he got it. That's kind of how I knew which chunky box he got, because it's in my cart and I'm eyeballing it as well to upgrade it from HD DVD. But there's another video game movie that's one of my favorites and everybody hates it, but I have it on DVD. And when my wife was like, "You don't have this upgraded yet?" She was kind of surprised that I didn't have it upgraded. I thought it might be time for me to try to add it. And I think it was on Hamilton Book, and I think it might still be. And if it is, I'm going to throw it into my cart. And if I can get my cart to about like a $50 cart, I think that could be pretty respectable. Um, it is not Prince of Persia. I do like Prince of Persia, but I already have that one. My guilty pleasure video game movie is Blood Rain, and I have the DVD, and I want to upgrade to the newer 4K that came out this time last year, but the prices never went down. Hamilton Book has it for a very, very fair price, considering that it's not went down below the price that it is there now, you know? But if I get that, then I think I want to take a week where I watch like 7 video game movies, and maybe I'll do a live stream and I'll talk about those 7 movies, because I know that like you would like that, Prince, and I think Tiana would probably check in on something like that. And I have a few other people that I'm sure would probably come in and check that out. But Company of Heroes will fall under that because I want to mix it with some of my favorites and some new ones that I have in the collection that I haven't seen, like Company of Heroes. Yes, Yule Ball. I also want his Postal. His Postal is out on 4K from the same company that did Blood Rain. His movies are actually a guilty pleasure of mine because I also like his Alone in the Dark, and it's not good. It's got I think it's got Tara Reid and Christian Slater. It's not good, but I still like it. I love the Alone in the Dark movies though. Yes, the Uninvited is awesome. Yes, it is. What is your favorite cinema that you have ever gone to? Um, Honestly, probably that 4DX theater in Nashville, Tennessee. Um, I don't live nowhere near there. We just happen to be traveling through the city, and my son's 5, and he still remembers watching Jungle Cruise in the theater. Like, he still remembers that stuff. He was like little. So like that's probably still one of my favorites. I actually have not seen the Rampage trilogy that he's done. I've had a lot of friends tell me to check the Rampage trilogy out, that they're really good. I have not got to see them though. I'd rather work with C3PO because I would want to just work with somebody I could communicate with easiest. Even though R2 is tight, I do like R2. You can see I got myself a little R2 right up here. So I do like R2. He is awesome. A 24-hour? Oh, yes, man, that would be awesome. Yeah, I'd be sad too. Oh yeah, Falling Down is one of my favorites. We talk about Falling Down here all the time. It comes up pretty regularly in topic. I requested. I've shared that movie with several friends that have never seen it. I share that movie with many people if I can. I love Falling Down. Mm. All right, so getting right into the next criterion. This is another one that was sealed. So we had a Disney, we have a Criterion here. I'm not sure why. I'm assuming there's either a 4K upgrade. I'm not really sure. There's some kind of better edition that Tim has it in. Maybe Columbia Classics, Columbia Pictures. It's a Columbia Pictures, so it's probably in a Columbia Classics box set on 4K or something, right? I don't care about that. But this still has the sticker from September 4th, 2014 from Barnes & Noble. This came out in 2014, and this is one of my oldest films in my collection now. I still have the Lodger that I showed off a couple months ago that I got in the November Barnes & Noble sale for Criterion, and it was it was one of Alfred Hitchcock's really early films, like his second and third film are on that disc. But this is just a few years newer. It's from 1934. It's spine number 736. It's got Clark Gable in it, and it's called It Happened One Night. So I'm assuming this has the 4K in the Columbia Classics, Columbia Pictures box set. So like I said, I'm very happy to have this one. I've never seen it, but I hear I need to have more Clark Gable in my life. And I've heard lots of people praise this movie up and down, like talk really good things about this movie. So I feel like it's just one that I really need to get in my watch history. I got to get it in my list of things to watch. I've never seen it before. It Happened One Night is a good one. Okay, see, that's what I was thinking. Like, so that's if I have people watching this on the replay or anything, or just in general, it's not like he was getting rid of all these really good movies that he didn't want anymore, like good, great films. He just happened to have better versions to watch them. And I'm not a stickler for format. To me, this was more about buffing out my Criterion because I want to be a Criterion nut, guys. And this is a really nice cut. I think it has a new 4K digital restoration. I don't know. Yeah, you can kind of see that there. So that's why I figured that it had a 4K cut somewhere, and then seeing it Columbia Pictures, I figured it's probably there. And honestly, black and white, I know it looks way, way better on 4K, but black and white still looks very good on Blu-ray, especially on a 4K player, upscale really nice. Man, that Hunter, what was that? The Night of the Hunter, the white, it just looked really good. But like I said, I'm excited to add this one. I'm adding a lot of black and white to the collection, and that's nice for me because I don't have a lot of black and white. So yeah. That's why I feel that Criterion Blu-rays are still very respectable, and Criterion doesn't do very much to make you feel like you have to upgrade either. So I'll upgrade my very favorites, but I'm just going to be adding spine numbers. That's my goal. It Happened One Night is great. See, cool. That's what I'm glad I'm having those to add in there. I just watched that the other week. 5 stars. Watch it with the wife. The Game. Okay, yes, I'll be watching The Game with the wife then. Falling Down. Need more on his talk. Yeah, right. My Western journey. It was doing this, and then it just kind of flopped. To be honest, I get to Wednesdays, and then I'm like, oh, Western Wednesday, and I realize that it's midnight. It's after midnight on Thursday before I remember that it's Western Wednesday. So I'm not that. I guess I don't care that much about it. I'm trying to watch more Westerns. It's just not happening. Oh, It Happened One Night, but The Game as well. Oh, okay. It Happened One Night. Watch that one with the wife. Is it? It says not rated. Oh, it's Frank Capra. Yeah, Frank Capra. Okay. So I feel like I got some other Frank Capra somewhere too. But yeah. Okay. Cool. Check it out. All right. So this next one. Like I said, I was looking at spines. This one might actually be one that Tim didn't like, or there's a better 4K out, which wouldn't make much sense to me if there's a better version of it out. Now, this director just passed away, and I started looking through his oh, okay. It Happened One Night is like an original rom-com. Okay. Cool. Like I said, I'm excited to check that one out. It's not very long either. It's just a little over an hour and a half. So that should be fun. Now this next one's in a digibook. But this director just passed away, and I've never seen any of his films. Not a single one. But I want to. And this might be my dive into checking out his films, because he's passed away now, and a lot of his films are probably going to go out of print or be out of stock really quick on Criterion sales for the next couple sales. So thank you, Tim, for letting me get my toe wet with my first David Lynch film. I got Spy Number 779, Mulholland Drive. I've never checked this out. I have heard that I am in for a wild ride. And what I mean by I don't know if maybe Tim didn't quite like this one. This is the only Criterion I got that was a 4K edition. So there's not like an 8K Criterion or a better Criterion edition unless this came out from another company in a bigger, better box or something, and he moved over to it. He may just not have liked this. This may not have been his set. This may not have been his cup of tea. It may not be mine. But I think this is probably a good way to dive into what David Lynch was about. Like I said, I've not seen anything he's done except for the PlayStation 2 commercial that he did or advertisement. Pretty excited to check out Mulholland Drive, though. Yep, David Lynch. Bingo. That's the best Lynch movie I've seen so far. You're in for a ride. Really, Holly? Nice. Okay, cool. That's I'm pretty excited. I mean, getting a Criterion 4K is always nice. So I'm pretty excited to have that one. Lost Horizon is terrific. Okay. I'll have to check that out. If they were restrained and made properly and sit down, who would you rather eat with, Freddy or Jason? Freddy, because I can have a funny conversation with him. He's the guy. He's the dude when it comes to conversation. So this next one is one that the spine, like I said, I know me and my Criterions and my spines, I know, guys. The spine popped out, and I immediately seen the name of it, and I'm like, hey, hang on a second. I have the remake. I've not seen the remake, but I got it at Big Lots for like $1.25 a couple years, maybe a year or so ago. Not that long. But whatever, right? I got the remake for it. So I figured if I've not seen the remake and I have the chance to get the original, I should probably get the original so then I can watch the original and the remake might make more sense, or I'll have something to kind of relate back to. But we got spine number 803, the Maturin candidate. Look at that freaking artwork. Now, this is from, it's kind of hard to see the year on this, the red, 1962. The artwork on this is really nice. I love that. It's got like the eyeball on it. But that spine, like, look, it just pops. Like, it's got the white on the blue, and then it's got the red and the black on there. It just really pops. Like I said, I've never seen it before. It's got a 4K digital restoration on there, and I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm kind of that group that 4K masters on Blu-ray discs put into a decent 4K player look really good still. Great way to watch the film, not negligible at all. But it's definitely like political, I guess. I don't really know much about it. I just figured that I can't watch the remake without watching this. And I have the remake. I bought the remake strictly based on the fact that it had Denzel Washington and that other guy. Who's the other guy that's in it with Denzel Washington? I can't remember the other guy that's in it with him, but the other guy that's in it, I recognize him by face. But it had Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington is pretty much enough to sell me on a movie. But I can't watch the remake without watching this one, in my humble opinion. Okay, so this next one, you guys might make a little bit of fun of me for this one, because I rag on this actor quite a bit. But my mom says it's because I haven't seen the right movie of his yet. So I only dislike him because I haven't found the right movie of his to watch yet. I like him in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I don't really like him in Godzilla. So you guys already know I'm talking about Matthew Broderick. I don't mind him in Inspector Gadget because I like Inspector Gadget. I've not seen War Games. I'm told I should probably check that one out. And I'm not really thinking of very much else. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of Matthew Broderick, but this next one, I really wanted to get. First off, the spine stuck out to me. And then, well, like I said, I wanted to check it out. My mom keeps telling me I need to check out more Matthew Broderick films. The spine stuck out. And then, I decided I'm going to go ahead and grab it. But that's spine number 904, Election. Another political movie, kind of crazy that we go from like Manchurian Candidate to Election, so they kind of go back and forth, They kind of go hand in hand. But this does have one of my favorite actresses, which is Reese Witherspoon. I know my buddy Johnny does not like Reese Witherspoon all that much. So that wouldn't save this movie for him. What would save it for him is that it's a Criterion. But like I said, I'm pretty excited to check this one out. That spine, nice and bright and yellow. It looks really good, in my humble opinion. Let me see if I can do. Doesn't really change anything. But it's got a nice yellow spine. It's a new restored 4K. I'm assuming it's in some kind of Paramount Presents. I'm assuming it's Paramount Presents line, and he chose that one over the Criterion line, or it's got a 4K somewhere. I'm not entirely sure why he would get rid of this one with it still being sealed, and unless it, like I said, it has to have another edition. It just has to. Tim doesn't just get rid of good movies or single copy movies. I'm just wondering what other boutique it's on or what other label. Oh, so you've not seen the remake either? Yeah, see, I've not seen it either, but I'm gonna have to check it out. Sandlot character, I can't tell you because I don't really know I don't really remember the names of the Sandlot characters. Honestly, if I rewatched Sandlot, it'd probably be like watching it the first time. Election is fun. Okay, see, I've heard it's really good, and that I would probably like Matthew Broderick, in that film. Galaxy Blues with Matthew Broderick and Christopher Walken, I recommend. Okay, now see, I like Christopher Walken. I do. So, Scolder, hey man, thanks for making it in tonight. I know I don't do a whole lot of late night streams anymore, so I'm glad I was able to get in on one. That you could check out. Oh, Chris Klein's in Election as well, huh? I like Chris Klein. Yeah, I'm not seeing his name anywhere on there, but I like Chris Klein. Have not seen that many Broderick films myself, but he's always the dude in the Cable. I forget that he's in the Cable Guy. And it's crazy because like my line of work is being a cable guy. That's one of my more like not so favorite Jim Carrey movies, and I like Jim Carrey. And it might actually have to do with Matthew Broderick being in it now that I think about it, because I always forget that he's in it. So, yeah, see, that's what I thought. I thought that Paramount Presents brought it out on their line in a 4K a little later on in their numbered line. So, because Tim doesn't get rid of good movies. So, all right. So, we went from a yellow spine, yellow, 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 right? We went political, yellow. We're going to go with another yellow. It's a lot of yellow on this one too, with some red. Now, I think this one got a trilogy pack from Arrow, which would be why he would get rid of the Blu-ray set. But I like Jackie Chan. Of course, I'm still super new school in the fashion that my Jackie Chan movies are Rush Hour and what's that new one that just come out? With him and Jet Li, The Forbidden Kingdom, Tuxedo, those ones, right? So I've never seen these ones. They're a little bit older. They're from 1985 and 1988. And this is spine number 971, 972. And that's going to be Jackie Chan Police Story 1, Police Story 2. And yes, you're seeing this correctly. This one is sealed as well. That's why I believe if I'm not mistaken, there's a Police Story trilogy that also includes Police Story 3 Super Cop in it as well. But if I'm not mistaken, Police Story 3 Super Cop also has a 4K from like Kino or something. So I'm fine with getting Criterion of Police Story 1 and 2. Like I said, I think it'll be pretty cool. I think it'll be a fun watch, fun time. And I'm very excited to check out more Jackie Chan. I haven't seen his older stuff. The stuff that actually made him the legend that he was by the time my generation was introduced to Jackie Chan, he was already a legend, and it's because of movies like this. So I'm excited to finally get to check these out, Criterion calls you and wants you to recommend 2 of your favorite comedies for a large panel that they will discuss all the picks and maybe make new Criterion from. New Criterion. I want them to bring back Chasing Amy. Let's do a Saving Amy and bring back Chasing Amy. Let's bring it back to the Criterion line. Let's get some new interviews together. It's coming up on an anniversary soon. That's one of them because it's kind of a comedy. What is another comedy that I think Criterion would... Honestly, I would love to see Dogma go to Criterion. I keep hearing people say Arrow, big bucks and all that, or Arrow like Mallrats, but I'd like to see Dogma go to Criterion. I think that would be a really good one. So I'm going to go with 2 Kevin Smith comedies. Shanghai Noon and Shanghai Nights get a double pack 4K. I would say that would be coming because I just bought the double pack Blu-ray last summer from Walmart. But their Buena Vista, which is Disney or Touchstone or something like that, it's Disney. Either way, they're not getting upgraded from the Blu-ray double pack that they are. I say bite the bullet, get the Shanghai double packs on Blu-ray because that's all we're gonna get. I like those movies quite a bit too. I like Owen Wilson. I like Jackie Brown, or I like Jackie Chan working along Owen Wilson. His chemistry with Owen Wilson is just as good as like his chemistry with Chris Tucker. And I think a lot of it has to do with just the fact that like Jackie Chan's a good actor and has good chemistry in general. The Foreigner with Jackie Chan is a good one. A little different for him. Cool. I'll have to check that one out. I do recall that one being, excuse me, in the zeitgeist. Sorry about that, guys. I'm a little tired. Like I said, we drove about 2 hours away to go to an actual corporate Verizon store today to take care of doing our phone upgrades and stuff. So it was just a long day for me. And I made this stream thinking that it wasn't going to be as long of a day as it was. But, it happens. All right. So this next criterion, and I already know for sure that this one has a, what do we call it? A Kino Lorber 4K, because I remember the Kino Lorber 4K coming out last year. I do have some Kino Lorbers. I do like the idea of collecting Kino Lorbers. I will be adding Kinos to my collection and, vice versa. I didn't get any double dips. So I'm trying to do what Tim's doing, where he's not getting the same movie on multiple labels, but I'm trying to start that. I'm trying to do that as I'm starting the collection towards labels, right? So I have Silence of the Lambs on the Kino Lorber 4K. So as much as I love Criterion, I can't bring myself, even if I was getting a deal from a friend, I can't bring myself to get the Silence of the Lambs Blu-ray, even though I do kind of really want it. So this one has a Kino Lorber 4K that I will probably not get now unless I just watch this movie and absolutely fall in love with it and just decide that I need to have the 4K for it. To be honest, that probably just won't happen because I'm going to be happy with this. But this is spine number 1027. So it's a little bit newer in the Criterion line. 2020 is when the first pressing says that it came out. I got this based on one name alone, and that's Steve McQueen. But we got The Great Escape. Never seen this movie. I know none of the names in it. I just know that it has Steve McQueen in it, and that I keep being told by people I need more Steve McQueen in my life. Need to watch more of his movies. It also has James Garner, Charles Bronson in this, and it also has one of my favorites, Donald Pleasance, which I love Donald Pleasance from the likes of Halloween and stuff. This does have a 4K transfer, so it'll probably look very good upscaled. So like I said, pretty excited to add this one. I love the way that spine looks. It's really nice and puppy. So, and it has barbed wire on the title and stuff. I just think it looks real neat. I don't know. I really just enjoy Criterions. So, oh, is that what it is, Holland? Because I actually didn't really know. I got it because I remember everybody. I got this basically because of the same reason I got Night of the Hunter. Everybody made such a big deal about Kino getting a 4K for it last year, so it was in the zeitgeist last year and in my forefront. So when I get the chance to buy a Blu-ray to add it to my collection so I can have me a way to watch it, I wanted to jump on it, So it being a Prison Break movie, yeah, I love a good Prison Break movie too. That just makes it even more exciting to watch it. Hell, oh, I'm not watching it tonight. It's 3 hours and 2 minutes long. So I won't be watching it tonight, or 2 hours and 52 minutes long. I'll be watching it soon though. Terrific. Nice. All right. Hey, it looks like I got me a good one with this one. So Let me get some of Stacy's questions here. Dana Carvey. He likes F it. He's like, F it. I'm making a Garth movie solo. Oh yeah, I mean I like Dana Carvey. Told George Lucas, forget our agreement and start making Spaceballs merchandise. Oh yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. I doubt it though. I doubt it. George Lucas, that's the only way he ever made money off of Star Wars. And to be honest, I don't think it has to deal with George Lucas anymore. I think it has to deal with Disney. And I don't know if anybody has enough money to fight Disney and Disney's lawsuits. All right, guys. So we made it to the last criterion. And this one, I got it was another blind buy. Like I said, Criterion is about the only thing I'm super okay with buying blind buys for. Most all these are blind buys, and that's because I know that Criterion doesn't release garbage. And I had to grab this because I've seen the remake and I love the remake. The remake has two of my favorite actors in it, and I had never seen the original. So I had to get the original for one. For two, I really, really fucking love the spine color on this. It's going to pop out. It's going to look good. And I love it. And I love the cover art on the front cover too. But this is spine number 1037. So it came out the same year as the last one. It's a newer spine, a newer addition to the Criterion collection. It's from 2020, but it's within the last 5 years. But that is 1953's The War of the Worlds. I've never seen this one. I've only seen the one with Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning. And I love that movie. I guarantee I'm going to love this movie too. I really want to check it out really soon. Like I said, I've checked a few of them out. Look at this, man. Like, the artwork on this is honestly the bee's knees all the way through and through. I don't know if anybody's actually unboxed this one before, but look at that. Like the disc art kind of matches up. We take that out. Take out the little booklet. Look at that. That shit looks tight. And I don't know. I might have access to watch this. To be honest, I probably have access to watch a lot of Criterions. So that might be a little funny that Criterion is like the boutique label that I kind of want to collect for the most and I want to have the most, because I actually have good access to Criterion films because I have Max, but I have Max on some kind of like $3 a month discount. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think I'm going to keep Max. And what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to go on there and make a short list of movies that I can stream to test before I grab them up on Criterion for, like, to start making me short lists for Criterion sales. But yeah, World of Worlds. Look at that freaking spine though. It's green and it has that yellow that just pops. So these are all the Criterions, you guys. Like, Tim really let me get some good pickings out of these Criterions. So I added myself a nice good bit. Thank you, Tim. Thank you. I don't know if you'll ever see this or hear me say that, but I've already thanked you myself anyways. But look at that. I mean, look at that shit, guys. That's a Criterion stack. Now, don't be surprised if I get on here and I start being like, all right, guys, all I want to talk about is some of these Criterions I've been watching, because I have this rule where I have to watch. I don't like to have so many blind buys within my Criterion collection before the next sale comes along, so I buy more. Now, if a flash sale comes up, I might still pick up one or two from a flash sale, but I'm going to try to stay away from buying any more until I get quite a bit of these watched. I am working on it though. Really? I guess I can see her being annoying in the Tom Cruise one, but I like them both. Holland. Well, I can't say I like them both. I've not seen the original. I like I like both the actors. Let me say that I like both of them, both of the actors in that film. But I can see why he doesn't like Dakota Fanning in that movie. That doesn't necessarily bother me. Um, but I like them both in that movie. And I'm hoping that I like both of the films. I say watch the remake, but I've not seen the original. And maybe I watched the original and then I'm like, damn, this remake is garbage. But I doubt it because Steven Spielberg like signed off on it, so I doubt it's garbage. I'm a big fan of the Fannings, so they could do no wrong for me. Fair enough. Like I didn't know there was more than one Fanning. Sorry. Um, I'm really bad with actors' names, just in general. I'll see faces, um, and can name off like 3 or 4 movies they're in right off the top of my head. But if I was like in a Saw trap, I'd be dead immediately if I had to know their name. That goes with some people, and they're like I know that I've met in real life too. Who's in my entourage? Pick 3 movie characters or creatures as your entourage. They can hold items for you, open the door, drive you. They will also play an intro song via boombox wherever you go. Who's in your entourage? Number 1, I'm going with Morgan Freeman. And I'll go with his character from Driving Miss Daisy because he would then drive me around. And who wouldn't want any rendition of Morgan Freeman in their life as their entourage? Plus, he can narrate my life. I would not make him hold doors for me. Holding doors would go to Cousin Skeeter because I'm going to say Cousin Skeeter from the show Cousin Skeeter. And there was a Cousin Skeeter movie that went along with the show, so that counts. But he's a doll. Look him up. Cousin Skeeter was the shit. And then another movie character, we're going to go with the Red Ranger from the Power Rangers because I just like the Power Rangers. Ella Fanning. I'll have to look up and see. I don't know. I can't remember her off the top of my head. The original and the remake. Right? Right? All right, y'all. So I kind of saved the best for last. If you guys watched Tim's video, I am sure there were a lot of people that hit him up for this. I'm sure they've seen it in his stacks. I'm probably going to piss some people off for having this myself when I'm sure that others wanted it as well. I like I said, I feel like I did pretty good, especially with this pickup. I was excited to have been able to get this one because I've never seen this, and everyone is super excited about the 40th anniversary this year, right? Um, but I'm looking at the prices of these movies. And this movie to get the 4K, it's going to cost you $50 for a standard 4K, no Blu-ray disc. If you want the Blu-ray, it's going to cost, or if you want the Blu-ray, it's going to cost you $40. Just a standard Blu-ray disc, no DVD, no 4K, whatever, right? So if you get them each separate, it's $90. So they sell it like that because they want you to think that a good deal is if you buy the bundle pack that comes with the 4K and the Blu-ray disc in it, you save a lot of money by getting it for $80. I'm sorry, but I cannot bring myself, even for a film that's in its 40th anniversary, that all my friends here on YouTube are so excited about. And that's exactly why this was sold to me, because I'm pretty sure Tim already has a pre-order for it. And I know the film has been out for 40 years. And if everybody's such a big fan of it 40 years in, it's got to be a good film. So I can't go wrong with even buying this new version, right? I just can't bring myself to spend $80, right, on a 4K, or even 40 on a Blu-ray anymore. I just can't. $40 on a Blu-ray just isn't right. But there are some Blu-rays that are worth the asking price of what people want. And this was one that was worth the deal that Tim wants to make with me. Like I said, I saved the best for last, you guys. I really did. We got a big box of Reanimator. We got the Arrow big box. Now, this is just the Blu-ray, but it is a 2-disc limited edition big box Arrow of Reanimator. I think they made a slimmer version at some point. I'm not sure. But this does have the unrated version on 1 disc and the Integral version on disc 2. And it's available in the US for the first time in this collection. So, of course, even if I had seen this movie, I had never seen the Integral version. But I've never seen this movie at all. So I blind bought it from my buddy Tim. And it's just like you expect it to be from all your Arrow boxes. Now, maybe you guys have had people unbox this before. I've not seen anybody unbox it. Like I said, I don't think most people care about this box set too much anymore with the new Ignite one coming out. But I'm excited about it. Check that out. Comes out in that. I've never seen this, guys. My wife's seen it. She loves the film. She says it's awesome. And I even have a t-shirt. I just thought the t-shirt looked cool. I thought my uncle had showed this film to me when I was a teenager. Maybe he did. He swears he did, but I can't recall this film for the life of me. So, and I feel like if I would have seen it from what everybody talks about and like the art books and stuff, like I would remember this stuff. And none of this is ringing a bell. Now maybe just maybe. It had a really nice art book. It had these really cool art cards. Now maybe just maybe, guys. I try not to talk about it too much. I try not to make any of my problems your problems. But maybe just maybe I did watch this movie with my uncle when I was a teenager. And maybe when I had my stroke, this was a movie that I lost. Maybe I just lost this one. Because I feel like all of the pictures and everything I've seen of this film, I would remember it. You know? So this might just be one that that my brain lost. And that's okay. Because now I get to watch this movie like it's new for the first time. But that's why I say I couldn't spend $50 on a 4K or $40 on a Blu-ray on a blind buy when I could get this really nice box from my friend Tim. Like I said, it's got you know, it's got all the stuff you like from an Arrow big box. And this is a hard one to find nowadays. So I was very happy that my friend Tim wanted to help me get a great movie added to the collection, you know. Davey, what's up, Davey? How you doing? I would assume that you'd be doing a late night with the Davey if you were up this late, but you're popping in to hear me chit chat about the great movies I got from our good friend Tim. I actually got quite a bit in here that I think Davey would like, and Davey doesn't mess with the physical media all that much, but Davey loves some horror movies, so I know that Davey likes this Reanimator. I'm sure Reanimator is right up Davey's, right in his wheelhouse. I've just, like I said, I've never seen it. Or at least I don't think I have. So, like I said, guys, I saved the best for last. What do you guys think? You think that's the best for last? Because I do. Pop in here, answer some more questions, go through some chat. I'm going to show off the whole stack if I can kind of get it picked up. And then I'm going to announce an announcement in a way. If the state of Montana called you and said you could take over Montana and turn it into a giant drive-in with 8,000 screens everywhere, this state would be Halloween 78. That's my favorite movie. Or if we want to get just a little more creepy, we'll do Halloween 3, but the Silver Shamrock song works. Terrific movie and great acquisition. Yeah, like I said, I'm hoping that I enjoy it too. I think I will like Reanimator. Like I said, my wife's like, I've seen that. She said, I thought we watched it together. And she might be right. We may have watched it together. And my uncle swears that he showed it to me when I was a teenager. But I promise you guys, none of the pictures, none of the scenes that anybody talks about when they show little clips, none of it rings any remembrance in my brain. And having Letterboxd now helps me out a lot with that. And that might have a lot to do with just some of my health conditions. So to me, a lot of times a movie that I've seen a couple times is a new movie again. That's the joy of having some memory loss from time to time, right? Well, I like having you in here, Stacy. I like spending time with all you guys and everybody coming in here and popping in here, checking out the things that I've got and being excited that I'm excited to add what I'm adding to the collection. Thank you all for always popping in here. I have a great support system, great channel members, and a great subscribers and great audience. Like you guys are awesome. Thank you. I try to I just try to be as friendly to people as I would like people to be to me. I just try to pass that along. We're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. So we should have that good time together, right? Reanimator, it's hilarious. See, that's what I hear. And I feel like I would remember that. So like I said, I'm excited to check it out. Hell, my wife's off tomorrow. Maybe we get it squeezed in together. We get to squeeze in a watch of it together tomorrow. Right. Yeah, I think it'll be great to experience again. I've forgotten a couple movies I've seen very recently. No, you have a valid excuse, Holland. So many new movies are so attached to certain tropes of movies that they don't feel new and original, so they seem easily forgotten. And that's a very valid excuse, my friend. That's a very valid excuse. Thanks. I always try to give the best answers I can give. All right, guys. Some of you guys have stuck around here for a while, so I'm just gonna show off this big old stack. Maybe Davey's still in here. He can see all this cool new greatness I got. I know I got one of his favorites because I'm pretty sure he liked long legs. Let's see if I can get this stack to pick all the way up. It's gonna be a big one, guys. Okay. So there we go. That's everything I got from my good friend Tim Vince. Some of you all know him as Tim Talks Talkies. I know him as Tim, my good friend. You know, he made a really good deal for me on these, and I felt heartbroken knowing when I heard what he was offered from said establishment. I won't mention names of establishment. I felt pissed off for him, knowing that they offered $1.44 per barcode. I know for sure I paid him more than $1.44 a barcode. I like I said, I seen that video. He was like, yeah, they offered this much. And I was like, I messaged him and I was like, look, Tim, I want to offer you X amount per title, and I'd like to get X amount of titles. Can we work something out around that? And I told him, I said, if the number that I'm giving you is disrespectful, you can let me know and we don't have to take this conversation any further. Because I didn't want to disrespect him, because I didn't want him to feel like he got slapped in the face by a store that wanted to be a reseller. Then he turns around and gets a really nasty offer from someone that he considers to be his friend. I didn't want to be like that. So I feel like we came to a really fair agreement, and I am super, super excited. I got a lot of blind buys here, but Tim gave me a number that I felt comfortable that if I dislike any of these movies, I could forward them to another friend and I would not feel like I was out. Hell, okay, I bought this movie. I got to watch it. It wasn't my cup of tea, but this friend would like it. So I could re-gift it. I can still keep sharing it around if I don't like it, because that's what the beauty of buying blind buys are all about. I just can't see myself doing what some of these collectors are doing nowadays. $90 $90 for movies that we've already seen and movies that we like. I can't do that. And there's people that are doing that. Or certain sets for over $200. And I'm not talking about the Never Ending Story set. So this doesn't go out to anyone that might have got that set. There are other sets in the physical media community, collectors community, whatever you want to call it, within the physical media realm. There are literal sets coming out right now that you can buy in on that are over $200, and it's for a single movie. I can't bring myself to do that. I like to get my kids cool shit too. So I gotta bite the bullet and try to find good deals for my friends. But I also want to make sure that I'm always offering a good fair price, because like I said, I felt really bad when he was like, yeah, this is what they offered. And I was just like I said, I was disgusted for him. I was like, I can't deal with that. I can't deal with somebody getting $1.44 a barcode. Like, there's some great shit in this stack here that is just like a slap in the face to be offered even $2 a barcode, you know? And he had some other things in his stack. You guys definitely go check out his video. If you're respectful to him and you don't really, blow up his Instagram too much, if you see a movie or two in there and you want to work out, I'm sure Tim would work out a deal with you. I just think he was, like I said, he was so blindsided and just disgusted with the offer, and I think that he would much rather see it go to people that would enjoy it. And if he's not going to get it's more of a fair price when it's going to someone that's going to love it, rather than going to someone that's about to make the buck off of you. So definitely, if you guys are looking to get some cool stuff, Tim had great stuff. Go watch his video. And hell, even if you don't buy anything from him, go watch his video, man. Tim's got some great videos over on his channel. So Cherry cobbler with Michael Bay or peach cobbler with Ridley Scott? Ooh. I like, so far I'm really liking what I've seen of Ridley Scott, but I'm super blind. I have some super blind gaps for Ridley Scott because I got some Ridley Scott films that I'm building up so I can kind of do a watch through of his movies, but I haven't seen them yet. I like Cherry Cobbler better, and I'm going to go with Michael Bay because if I can sit there and eat Cherry Cobbler and talk about The Rock with Michael Bay, I'm all about it. Let's talk The Rock. Sweet Hall, those secondhand shops always lowball everything that isn't. Oh, I know. And it's terrible too because he had boutique stuff. Like, that shop is going to buy the Criterion, like basically buy the Criterions for $1 a piece from him and then turn around and sell them for $19.99. Well, most of these are Blu-rays, so they might sell them for $17.99 because on sale they're $19.99. They'll keep them on $17.99 because they're used, and that's about what they are. I mean, that's what Orbit sells theirs for. They sell them for like $15, $16, $17.99, I guess, depending kind of on, I guess, need and want versus, price or whatever. But that's about what they do. But Orbit's not giving you just $1 for a Criterion. They're actually giving you a little something towards it. They ask that if you have what Tim had, to drop it off, or because he would never be able to mail in, but to drop it off. And to be honest, if you guys go watch the video and you see what Tim had, he would have probably had to have dropped his stuff off at Orbit and left town for a couple weeks and waited for them to send him a gift card. But they would have treated him and his collection with a little bit more respect, I believe. It was super, super sweet of Tim. That's why I say I really hate that sometimes I go and I watch his videos and I'm having such a good time watching it, and I go on there to go into the comment, and he's got people on his comments being mean to him about the things that he enjoys. It breaks my heart because Tim's been nothing but a great friend to me. Like, my wife has some really cool statues, like NECA type figures and stuff, and like superhero comic book statues that Tim and his wife were getting rid of last year. When we met them, we got to meet them in person last year, and they were getting rid of them. And Tim's like, I'm not taking them home. They're not coming back in my car. You guys need to take them. Like, if you like them, please take them. And then it got to the point where, like, there were the ones that we were just leaving behind for the next people that were renting out the Airbnb. But Tim is just like, he's such a giving guy. When he's not done with it anymore, or like when he's done with what he has, he would much rather see his stuff go to someone else that's going to love it like he did. And I have a lot of respect for someone like that. Yeah, they keep repackaging and re-releasing everything. And I'm not a package collector. I mean, I say that, but I say I'm not a package collector, but I might do just that one thing. I've been thinking about possibly getting a couple Blockbuster box sets. But it's for a couple movies that I don't have like slipcovers for, that I think would just look better in a slipcover. But I'm not particularly a package collector. I love physical media, though. My favorite form of physical media is vinyl. I'm a music nut. I love movies, but music is my life. Oh, hey, I actually have a video that I'm going to record. Like I said, I had to get a new phone today. I got the new Galaxy S25. So my videos, I think, are going to look just a little bit better than they used to look. But I haven't got it filmed yet, but I got one that's going to have a record in it, Davey. So it won't be my next video. My next video is actually already up, but no one can view it unless you're a channel member. My channel members already have my next video. So if you want to see my next video, check it out. There is a record in that, Davey, but it's not a record that you're going to care about, more than likely, because it's like Juggalo type stuff. But there is a really cool record in there that I was very excited to add to my collection. The next video, I believe, I believe it's my next video. It might be the one after that, but very soon, Davey, I'm going to have a video that comes up that talks about record stores and libraries. And when I do, you'll want to you'll want to check that out if you like to see the types of things that I find, because I found a very cool soundtrack on vinyl, and I think you'll dig it because it's a soundtrack, so it's just, it's just movies and music all in one. So I think you'll like that, Davey. I think you'll like it. So when that video comes out, definitely keep track on that. To hold secrets about. Hey, you gotta tell me so I can start knowing what to save for. That's the biggest problem is I'm like, I want this. If I pre-order this, am I gonna miss out on the next thing? So then I wait too long and I miss out on all of it. I'd love to be able to save people a lot of time and money and get them the best quality. Yeah, that's true. My most anticipated. I mean, I really do want Deep Blue Sea, but I'm kind of holding back on some. I'm trying to hold back on my funds because I'm about to go do a BlueTuber meetup with this fella. Good night, Corey. I'm actually about to wrap it up. If how long ago was that? That was like 4 minutes ago. I'm actually gonna go. I'm gonna go get to meet up with Corey, and my son put a timer on his phone. We have like 48 days for that, Corey. That's it. So, but my most anticipated might be Deep Blue Sea, or probably Deep Blue Sea for 4K. But honestly, overall, it's getting Just Friends on Blu-ray. I'm excited to get that off of a DVD. I'll be excited to see Tim's next decade best of list if he compiles that. Those were fun. I hope so too. But I don't. But he didn't finish his last one. We all did the 70s. We all did the 70s video, but he didn't compile the list. He never got together with, I believe it was KB. They never got together and compiled the list to finish out the 70s. So we did the 70s. We never got it compiled. I'd love to see the 70s list compiled. But it was a lot of fun. Whew, yeah, I'm yawning. Yeah, Corey, good night. I'm right behind you, friend. I plan on collecting vinyls and video games. I only plan on collecting vinyls and video games. And hey, my first game could be WWE 2K25. Nice. My most highly anticipated game at the moment is probably Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3+4. I'm very happy that's getting upgraded. Be in a Western filmed and psych. Psyched for your library videos. Those will be incredible. I found a great sale for 50 pence a piece. Nice. Yeah, the library video is going to be awesome because I found I don't want to say anything. I found a hidden gem. Or not a hidden gem. I found a collector's gem. In general, a general collector's gem. Yeah. I'm very excited about it. It's another one of those ones that I never thought I'd find in the wild because I figured that anybody that had it knew what they had. And then to find it at the library for 62 cents, bam, I was excited about it. So that's a little spoiler. 62-cent DVDs. All I can say is that some of the things I've asked about here and other places may have some hints inadvertently. I know a lot of things, so sometimes the questions and statements have facts. Nice. I don't know if he lost the data. The data might actually be with someone else because there were a couple people that kind of worked on that list. There's a few people in the community that worked on gathering that list and averaging out the numbers and all that. So the 80s list might still be around for 25 to 50 because I know they did a top 50 And then when they did the video, they just did the top 25. They were going to do the same thing with the 70s. But I'm very excited for it. Okay, guys. So there's just a few of you guys left in here. So you guys get the first dibs, or not the first dibs, but you guys get the first idea of the giveaway. We hit 600 members, or not members. I'm sorry. We hit 600 subscribers to the channel. To me, that's amazing. Okay. So if you keep an eye out, I will be announcing a physical media giveaway. Chances, ways you can enter to win for more chances than just being in said stream or commenting on said stream. There will be other ways to kind of enter, and we're going to give away more than one item. I won't let you know quite what it is, but there will be a physical media item in that, and possibly something else. But the video will be up within the next 48 hours, and it will be titled Member Giveaway. And within that video, it'll be a YouTube short, so that way it may get pushed out a little bit more into the algorithm. But I will explain in that short how you can enter to win. And it will be a physical movie and possibly something else. Like I said, more details in that. That video will be out within the next 48 hours. I'm still setting my new phone up. Got to get that video recorded and I'll get it uploaded. But that's why it'll be like a little 3-minute short. So, but that's it. That's going to be the stream for today, for tonight. So, those were fun. Of the ones you picked up, I can't pick my favorite. So many great ones. The one that I'm probably so far of, let's see, of what I've seen, probably my favorite that I've seen is probably the Ghostbusters. The Ghostbusters or Evil Dead. These are probably the favorites that I've seen that I picked up from Tim. And then the ones that I'm most excited about that I've not seen before that I got, because I know you asked, Stacy. My most excited ones that I've not seen, I'm most excited to see these 3 criterions: Mulholland Drive, Election, and War of the Worlds. And I am really excited to see Reanimator. So, I'm real excited to see those 7. I've already watched like 3 of them out of the stack. So I'm slowly but surely getting there. Not every movie was blind buys. But there's just some of them that I'm very excited to get to see in a new light. So, good night, Holland. Thank you always for joining, good sir. You follow so many channels. You watch so many streams. Thanks for always coming and taking part in mine. There's so many you could be in. There's probably so many you actually are in and taking a part of. So just thank you for being here and taking a part in mine. Good night, Mom. You're welcome, Stacy. Good night. Yes, Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters is a good one. That, like I said, that's of what I've seen. That's what I'm excited about. No, I did not get the movies for free. Me and Tim, I'm not going to disclose the amount in which I paid, only because depending on what you want from him, there might be different. He might work out different deals and different roundabout bases. What I will say is that I paid way better than what the store was going to pay him for what he got. I feel like I offered a respectable number as a physical media collector, knowing what I put into my movies. I feel like I offered a respectable number, and he obviously thought that too, because he sent me a box full. So yes, I did pay, but it was well under even like Criterion 50% off sales. Tim is a very good friend, and I will not say that he did not give me a good deal, but no, I did not get them for free. Have a great night, Hunter. Thanks for joining in. What days do you watch streams? I will try to stream. I randomly will just kind of watch streams on my phone when I get a chance. I think I have the notifications on for your channel. Just go live. If I can make it, I will try to make it. I pretty much only watch YouTube. YouTube is basically my TV. I pay for other streaming services so I can test drive movies to buy on physical, and for like my wife and my kids, because they don't really like to come and dig on my shelves like that. So having streaming services kind of just makes it easier for my family. So when it comes to like watching YouTube streams, if I'm not sitting here in front of the camera streaming, I probably have a stream on my phone going. Like, I'm going to get off here, turn it off, and if Pop's Movie Dungeon is still going, I'm going to be in his chat. So you just go ahead and do your stream, and I will do my best to try to be there. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for popping in. I want everybody to have a great night. I want to thank everybody for the super chats. I think we made a few dollars tonight. I don't care about that stuff in the grand scheme of things. Like, I'm happy about it, but thank you. Like, that whether I make a couple dollars on a stream isn't going to determine whether or not I'm coming back to do more. I have such a great time hanging out with you all, and I hope you all have a great time hanging out with me. So until next time, always remember, we got to keep it physical.
Allow me to introduce each one of you, because after all, you each play an equal role in this establishment.
Y'all gotta bring big baby his money. Bring big baby his money. Bring big baby, bring big baby, bring big baby his money.
Shut up!